Mixing colors can be a little bit challenging. Sometimes you're not getting the colors that you actually want on your page, and it's hard to figure out why. What's actually going on here? A few weeks back, we mixed up greens, and today we are mixing up orange. My name is Jess, welcome to the Gold Coast Art School YouTube channel, and let's get stuck into it. So last time when we were mixing green, we talked a little bit about the color wheel here. And these color wheels, there's so many different types, different brands, yada, yada, yada. When you're mixing up your colors, they can be kind of useful because they give you a few little hints and tips as to what's really going on with your colors in order to mix the ones that you want. Now, basically, how do you mix orange? It's red plus yellow. So what I have here is my reds and my yellows. I've got two different types of yellows and two different types of red. Very, very generally speaking, colors can kind of very loosely, oh my God, I'm using inverted commas everywhere, loosely be broken down into warms and cools. But a better way to kind of understand what's actually happening with the colors is to maybe name them a little bit more accurately. So for example, if I'm looking over here, this would be the cool yellow and this would be a warm red. But what would be better to name it so you understand what's actually going on with that color would be this cool yellow is more of a green yellow, okay? If I have a, just bring up the little thingy here, this yellow, it's closer to, it's moving towards green over here. So it's actually more of a green yellow. This warm red here, this red has a bit of the neighboring color in it. If I have a little bit of a look, it's more of like this orange here. So it's actually got a little bit of the orange already in there. So in that case, green, yellow, orange, red. This cool red is more like a blue based red. So this is a like a purple red or a blue red. This one here, warm yellow, purple, blue, red. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Let's do some mixing and then you can see it all in action. I'm again just using acrylics today, but this applies also to watercolors and oils. So I'm going to start with my yellow because it is a lighter color, and if you add any other darker colors to it, they take over very, very quickly. So you've got to be a little bit careful. Just go a wee little bit at a time and see how we go. I think I've got too much water in my brush. I can notice that right away. All right, we can definitely add a little bit more of this warm red, but it's an orange red, and see where we go. And you need to think about when you're doing your paintings or your drawings, whatever you're doing, what kind of colors are you trying to achieve? If you're doing something that's fairly realistic, then you might have to think about what are those realistic colors. Do heaps of swatches and tests before you actually start painting, and you'll set yourself up for a lot more success later on. Let's have a little look over this side here. So we have a orange yellow and a orange red. Scoop up that yellow, chuck it down, give it a little bit of a mix to start with, and then I'm going to start scooping out a little bit of this red and see where we go. It sort of looks more like, you know, when people think orange, this is probably what they've got in their imaginations. That is a very orange. Quite like that one compared to that one. We're going to do a little bit of this yellow, laying down. See, doesn't that looks better? It was all like too wet and runny over there. But here we go, that's looking a wee bit better. Now we're going to scoop up a little bit of this red. And this red's going to be a lot more powerful as well, because it's sort of more of a blue-based red. So you only need a smidge at a time. Now I can see here, it's hard sometimes for the camera to truly pick these things up, but I can see that it's slightly turning into like a rusted. If I kept on going with this red, it would probably take over a bit too much, but it's also got a bit of a duller rusted color to it, and that's the blue that's counteracting with that green yellow. It's like, it's not that they exactly start to fight each other. Maybe they do a little bit. They're having a little squabble on the table over there, but it can help you when you're doing your painting and you're trying to dull your colors a little bit, consider adding the opposite color instead of black. People often just reach for black straight away because they want to add shadows and darker elements, but that can just end up with gray and washed out colors that aren't vibrant anymore. Now I've got one more here to go. We're going to add our orange yellow and our blue red. Oh, let's see how much I need on that one. All right, a little bit more. That's nice too, I like that. So this just gives you a very general overview that you can now take and run with it, and you can do so many really fun, exciting things with mixing your colors. You could be adding white in here to get some tints. See what happens, give us some tests. I'd also love to see, you can always tag us on Instagram and all that. We're hashtag Gold Coast Art School. And guys, I will catch you all next week. What are we doing next week? Some more color mixing maybe? Oh no, I'm testing out some fun little Liquitex things. So check that one out and I'll see you then. Bye guys.